Yeah, what you saying, Kim Mark? How you doing, bro? How you doing, brother? How you doing, Anna? Good morning. What you saying, George? Morning, James. Morning, Vgok. Morning, Cam. Morning, there's no sound, no sound. Alright, sweet. Yeah, we got the sound back. We are on YouTube as well, so I can actually put on different songs. And I do apologise for this one, but in can you hear that? Okay. We are on YouTube as well, so I can actually. You double check, you man can hear it. I do apologise for this one, but in can you hear that? Alright, yeah, you can hear it. What you saying, Sesame? Get the YouTube chat on the screen. Yeah, boys, I'm gonna we're just live on YouTube today. Just live on YouTube. Just live on YouTube, boys. No TikTok today because I want to just get everyone on YouTube for now so we can have a good overview of everything. When everything I do is wrong. Oh. What you saying, Adrian? How you doing, bro? Morning, El Slappo. Morning, Philip. Morning, Trizzy. Yeah, boys, we're only going to be on YouTube today. We're not going to be on TikTok. I might change my mind, to be fair, but I kind of wanted to just stay on YouTube for a bit, just so everyone can follow. Looks crap out there. What do you mean? Oh yeah, I always forget your Wait, do you mean England? Yeah, right. Let's look the fuck in. Let's go. What we saying, boys? What we saying? What we saying? What we saying? Check GJ when you can, looking for a buy. Yeah, well, what about Declan's bangers? It was unreal, man. It's the best football game I've ever been to. Best football game I've ever been to. And that's no debate. Normally you got to think about it. No, I don't even got to think. That is the best atmosphere I've ever seen at the Arsenal. The best result I've ever seen at the Arsenal. Most limbs I've seen. Yeah, it was unreal, man. It was unreal. Eurocup was only valid for me. I'm in EUGU. Oh, fairs. EUGU. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of waiting for a change of character off this point here. I mean, this is what I was waiting for. Annoyingly, the higher really is up here, which is a fair amount off. It's probably like, what, 8 pips? Oh, fucking hell. Always forget this range is like insane, isn't it? To be fair, where the range is so small, you could consider highs like this. I mean, so big, sorry. You could consider highs like this. I don't know what it is today, boys, but I just do not want shorts. I just want longs today. Just realised, yeah, you better probably couldn't see that. Okay, nice. That's what I've been thinking. Saving Vinny hat-trick for the return leg. No way. Fair play. Bet that was mental as an Arsenal fan. Yeah, it was unreal, man. It was unreal. Speaking about that in 20 years' time, yeah, for real, man. Literally, bro. Literally. I don't think I'll ever go to a better Arsenal game than that. I hope I do, but mate, nothing really beats that. I'll be honest. Why didn't Vinny play though? Innit? Why didn't Mbappe play either? It's very weird. Like, you would have thought they're the best in the world. Like, they didn't play Mbappe, they didn't play Vinny, and they didn't play Rodrigo or Bellingham. Bellingham didn't play either, did he? Waiting for G to come to Alder Block for buys. Mine was 3-0 versus Man City at Anfield, Champions League. Yeah, I bet that was unreal. And that was the year you went all the way as well, wasn't it? Oh, no, that was the year you lost to Madrid, innit? And then the next year you beat Madrid to get to the final or something, wasn't it? I can't remember. I think it was that. World Cup final in England might top it. Yeah, this is always a debate. Would you rather your team win the Premier League or your team win the Premier League or Champions League, or your country win the World Cup? What about equal loads of FVGs? Yeah, let's. What's your thinking, Lou? Breakdown. Alright, cool. Let's do a breakdown. Someone might want to screen record if you want. Someone can screen record. Actually, someone do screen record, please. If you can. Actually, can I record and go live? Let me check. It might end the stream, I'm not going to lie, but let me click a button. Yo. It's gone too far, it doesn't even matter anymore. Yo. It does work. There's always that one. You didn't win the Champions League, mate. You beat Madrid at home. It's alright, Stu. Enjoy Emmerdale tonight. Enjoy Emmerdale, mate. Peak to be a Tottenham fan right now, isn't it, though? Isn't it, though, boys? Like, low-key, though, isn't it? It's peak to be a West Ham or Tottenham right now. Had to include Mace in that. Even though Mace never really chats shit about Arsenal, I still got to chat shit about West Ham. It's just needed, really. But no, I mean, that is a question in general, though, Stu. People ask that all the time. Everyone's always shocked if people say World Cup. Like, I'd say 80% of people are club over country. Are you? Wanted it to come down to here, but you didn't. Let's double check those. Alright, yeah, but let's go into why basically I'm bearish on GU. Oh, sorry, EU. So, or GU rather. I mean, starting off with a weekly time frame. Well, actually, starting off with a monthly. This has been my bias for ages. You boys should really know this. We've got Alder Block here, was mitigated, which is our internal. So now price wants to, or should be running to that external high. And we see the equivalent in DXY with the internal imbalance. So again, internal being taken, so we should run to the low. And EU as well, internal imbalance should run to the high. So we've got pretty clear directional bias on the higher time frame on all of them. So basically I'm looking at pound longs ideally. All right. We don't want to long off anywhere though. We want to wait for a valid point. I've been waiting for this order block for about a month and a half now, just over a month. So obviously we've got our internal order block, our external high. So we should come into this and then again begin to rally higher. So that's pretty much that for GU. So GU in terms of the weekly and monthly is definitely ready for longs now, but it's just about, is it actually ready based on order flow and price action? Then go on the 4 hour, and what's mainly interesting is, so we've got, if you notice this high, there to there, so that high is from Monday, right? So Monday and Sunday, so that's pretty much the current weekly range, right? And notice the current weekly range is bearish and we're just retracing up to that. So really we should be looking at sells back down right off this. I think this is a 4 hour imbalance. Yeah, it is. Off that 4 hour. So really we should be looking at that, right? Is what the market should tell us. However, if we look, let's just dot this point out. So I'm going to dot out the Monday open. Monday open is, where is it? Here. There. Yeah, so there again it's the high, and DXY and the low from Monday open is there. So you can see DXY has massively come past this now, and it's ready to move down since we've come past it. EU has come past it, so again it's breaker structure, so it's ready to continue going forward in theory. That's internally really, like looking at this whole structure, but again it's broken the high, DXY's broken the low, but GU you can see still has the low here, which tells us that GU is the anomaly, and obviously it is weaker, and it has been weaker than most of the pairs for a while, but it's not always going to be like that, and we want to trust that it's going to correlate with the DXY eventually, which is why this high is just sitting there waiting to be taken, in my opinion. I mean, bear in mind we're coming off of that weekly order block. It's just waiting to be taken. Just waiting to be taken. So if we rally up here and come up, then this will mean that GU is aligned with DXY and EU again. So I think, in my opinion, it does look bullish. I mean, again, the difference with EU as well, EU I wanted to, you man know, come into this order block and then move forward, right? This is from Thursday, or Tuesday rather, last week. So I wanted us to come in and then move up, but you can only really trade what's in front of you. So that is what I wanted, that is what I was really waiting for, is this. But you can see we've really just come into whatever it is here. I mean, probably an order block. There's a lot of POIs along here. It was a weird week, so it looks like we've mitigated something and then started to move up, and obviously the proof being breaking these multiple highs. Same with DXY. I mean, DXY looks like it's filled this opening gap. Also saw CRT of this candle here, and then moved down. We've actually taken this high already as well, which is pretty much what we wanted. So we do have a clear target on DXY, even though the EU equivalent didn't take. So this is obviously Thursday's high, which from the start of the week I said I want Thursday's high to be taken. Ideally on EU as well, which is why this is Thursday's low, so this is why I wanted that. And then same for GU, but GU's not correlated as we said. So this is showing signs, obviously mitigated, broke, structured down, so it does look like we can continue down and take this low. Obviously bear in mind overall on a grander scale, everything is bearish on a grander scale. Right, go on the daily time frame. So like last couple of days we have been a bit bullish, a bit here, there and everywhere, but overall we are in a bearish trend for the dollar, thanks to Trump's amazing economic policies of just making everything more expensive for everyone. Them dead, come on, LB, come on, them dead. So yeah, the fact we've had that break below here just tells me that we want to come lower on the DXY. So I'm looking at potential levels for that. DXY is kind of weird with this gaps because it does tend to have a lot of gaps, but we do have this 4 hour fair value gap there. So I want to come in, fill that, and then move down. And then if we look, what time was that? So that was the 1 AM candle. So we want to look for an equivalent time during EU and GU and see if it has similar. So let's go on the 2 hour, which is where we have an imbalance here. Yeah, again, so that's from the Asia session. It's from so the other one was 1. This is 2. So we can see it's the same leg of price that we're noticing. EU as well. When was it? Again, same time. So you can see this is clearly the point that we need to be mitigated. This is the imbalance after breaking these multiple highs. So we just want to look for entry confirmations within that to then go higher. GU is just nice because we had the added confluence of actually tapping into the level I wanted it to tap into. So we actually did tap into this, which I wanted it to, versus EU, which still went in the direction we wanted. We wanted a retracement and then it's come higher, but it didn't actually come into the point. So I may be a bit out of the loop in terms of what I've been viewing the market as or my analysis. So I'd rather go with GU, which I've been correct on so far, up until obviously we're not. So that's pretty much why my bias is what it is on GU. But we haven't really seen any CRT, to be honest. I mean, we've seen it at this candle, which has now been completed. 8 hour as well, but we've come into the 50%. Oh. Wow. These candles on the 2 minute, what on earth is that? But yeah, chat, let me know what you think about that analysis. Everything I do is wrong. You give me love and consolation. You give me hope to carry on. And you're always there. This used to be the very annoying, man. This used to be such a good song at Arsenal. We used to play it. Now we've got that North London forever. I still don't know the words of that either. Just every time it's just together, the weather, it's just the whole thing is just the same tune. You got that unrolled song they just got rid of. It's calm. Out with the old, in with the new, I suppose. Let me see the comments. 2 sets, boys. Now I'll be watching us in the Europa League like you did for many years. Swings and roundabouts, you still never win it. Stu's so salty, man, it's jokes. To be fair, I'd be very salty if Tottenham just spanked Real Madrid. Like, we actually spanked them as well, 3-0, that's crazy. I'm going to stop talking about it now. You would say these longs are risky. Not overly risky. I'd say sort of in the middle. It's not an overly risky position because you're going with the overall trend, the overall higher time frame trend. So you obviously got what I like to call, I mean, you've got the 1 and 2. You've got the overall trend, which is the higher time frame, and obviously for the pound, we know it's bullish, just because of the fundamentals and stuff like that. Same with the euro. So that's what I mean by trend, is that sort of the higher time frame. And the one that I do where you boys will see me, where I literally just go on the daily time frame and just zoom out type thing and just see, all right, cool, clearly we're bullish. So that's one thing, is the trend. And then the other thing is, I'd say, we'll call it trend momentum. So basically, for a good position or a non-risky position, an optimal position, you're going with the trend and you're going with the trend momentum. And by trend momentum, I mean the last day or last couple of days where we've been moving, right? So the overall trend might be bearish, but is the current range, or sorry, the overall trend might be bullish, but is the current range that we're trading in from the last day or last couple of days, is that the same? Is that the same direction as well? If they're both the same, it means you're going with a higher time frame trend for your probabilities, and you're going with your last couple of days momentum or your trend momentum. And that's a high probability trade because, like I said, higher time frames there, lower time frames there. If you've just got the trend on its own, which is what we have now, then it's sort of it's not overly risky. You're still going with the trend, so you should still be right in theory. But obviously, you're more predicting. You're predicting a reversal in momentum type thing. So I'm predicting a reversal in momentum to bullish, really, right? Compared to the last 2 days, which were bearish for the pound. Well, not the last 2 days, but you know what I mean. The last bit of price action. So if you have none of them, that's what I'd say it's risky, because if you've got none of them, that's just sort of, so you're not going with a trend and you're not going with a trend momentum. This is a pure reversal. If you don't have any of these, it's a pure reversal, right? If you've got both of these, it's a pure continuation. And if you've got one and not the other, then like I said, it's what we have now, which is sort of in the middle, not overly risky, not overly safe, just not optimal. You wouldn't call it an optimal position, but not gonna lie, these candles need to like make a wick or something. People are short in EU. Can I take a short entry on EU? Bare people are short in EU. 104% tariffs on China to come in today. I know, it's insane. China will hit back today, no doubt. I saw this. I'm gonna have to show you, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's to do with the tariffs. Oh man, this is it. Look. So obviously China says it will not bow to Trump's tariff threats, threatening countermeasures and saying it will fight to the end. And it is just, I see President Xi said this.
Big home. We're not your little niggas. Like, for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't, and for me...
It's bad true, isn't it? You can try that shit, but China's pretty much... And mate, America need to be fucking careful, because China's going to blow them out of the water real soon. Real soon. I mean, let's be honest, boys. All of us kind of wanted Trump. Not wanted him, but he was the better of two evils. Well, some of you, man, just loved him, innit? I did like him, I've got to admit. I do like him, but... Fucking hell, man. He's messing up America, innit? I can't see this going well for him. I really can't see this going well. The tariffs is just going to drag on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And it's going to be so bad for the American people, innit? Let's look at the EU trade. So people's asking, can I short? And people looking at shorts. If you are looking at shorts, obviously we know. Oh, why it's trying that still? It's calm. It's being fixed. So you're above the daily tropen, to be fair. So yeah, really I'd be looking, what's jumping out to me initially is this order block here. It's the last sort of level before we actually had the full sell-off. We had a decent couple of, pretty much in, what, half an hour of pure selling. Go up on the time frames though. And yeah, you probably are better off going off a higher time frame order block like this. Bear in mind, like, you haven't got to get into a position. You want to get in if it's an optimal move. So if you are really looking at shorts still, which is fair if you are, then I'd wait for a premium point at least. Fair play for me, lad. Was looking at longs as well, but I think I'm going to chill today. Fair play. For me, as for me, everything is pretty uncertain at the moment. I believe it will be clear after CPI. Yeah, it'll be nice to see. It will be nice to see Ezekiel or Philip. I'm waiting to see if EU comes into that 2-hour order block in the OTS. Wait. OTS of what? Yeah, wait. Yeah, I'm a bit confused, bro. For buyers, yeah, I'm assuming the OTS. I'm assuming you mean here. So maybe this order block here, or this black one here. Either way, I agree. Really, I agree really that we are going to buy, but it just depends where it's going to be from. I think that fair value gap will be the draw, in my opinion. You said from weekly you are bullish, but about bearish if you look at the month. But what about bearish if you look at the monthly? Looks like Trump had his speech at night. Bearish point following monthly trend. Oh, wait, let me have a look at GJ quickly. Because this guy, are you in a trade? No, nothing's tapped in yet. I'm definitely looking for longs hourly CRT as well. Nice. Has that been confirmed? Is it or it's confirming? Confirming. Let's have a look at GP. Fucking hell, I can't speak. Let's have a look at GJ quickly. Nice. I mean, we did say we was looking at shorts yesterday. Pretty much perfect what we was looking for, boys. As I said, we had the CRT of this candle here. Yes, we did have, if we take you back to yesterday, what I was really looking at, we did have a CRT, this candle here, so I was looking to move into the low. Obviously took that high, so we want that. That was the New York distribution at 1. I'm pretty sure I was at 1. 12, yeah, so 12. This was the actual CRT candle in question. Was this bit of price here, which was manipulated here, so we was looking for it to go to the low. We did have as well. We did have as well this order block, which is the main thing was looking to come into. So you'd really be looking for shorts down into that, and then that's pretty much what we got. I mean, not to the T, but it was decent enough. Now let's just see where price went from that. Just trickling down, really. I don't know what you're getting in on GJ, to be fair. You can only, there's only really right now longs, I'm assuming, but in my opinion, again, there's no higher time frame. We're literally just going off of a sweep and a change of character, which is fine. If you want to trade the age of liquidity grab just off that, that's fine. But you are going to have more losses. Your win rate's going to go a bit down. It's fine, but just bear that in mind. In terms of change of character, we have had that, and we have got a decent leg here. It's just a higher time frame. We've got nothing really aiding us, literally nothing. I mean, maybe I'm not seeing something, but just let me know if you're seeing something different, bro. And then I'll be going for that order block. To be fair, this order block as a whole, really, this is why it's kind of bullshit. Kind of want to refine it a little bit. I know it's not exactly equal, but it pretty much is, let's be honest. So yeah, that's really what I'll be going for, but not something I'm overly looking at, to be fair. You said from weekly you are bullish, but what about bearish if you look at it on the monthly? No, we are, but the monthly is very clear to me. This has been the basis of my trading for all of this year, really. It's the monthly has been so clear. Honestly, boys, I've not seen the monthly been this clear in ages. And bear in mind, boys, just because we've got a movement like that, remember what we're looking to do It's open, high, low, close. So if we actually draw it on the month, right, the month start and the month end, and we go down to the daily. You can see really what's happening. Get off that drawing lock. I've got a lot left of this to do, so remember, open, it's either going to be an open, high, low, close, or open, low, high, close. So it depends. Either way, I do think we can come higher. Again, GU's a bit weird because it's uncorrelated, but on the monthly basis, don't be drawn in. What I'm trying to say, I suppose, is don't be drawn in by these two candles, right? This was a shock to the market. We know it was. Don't be drawn in and think that that's going to dictate price action for the next however long. It's just impulsive candles. It doesn't mean everything. Especially when you break it down and see where those impulsive candles took us. They took us to the order block that we've been waiting for weeks, right? So again, that is the move we should be seeing. And then yeah, man, in terms of open, high, low, close, obviously you ideally want to get in below the open. So for example, this candle here, I mean, you couldn't have, to be fair, but you ideally want to get in below the candle low. We'll show you this with this one as well. So below the candle open, sorry, if you're looking at buyers. So here, for example, where I was looking at buyers, would have been optimal to get in below the candle low, right, as that is the open. Bear in mind, obviously I'll quickly go over it again. We had our order block, which we tapped into, had weekly CRT or monthly CRT with this candle's low getting swept. I know this one isn't technically CRT, but if you look at EU and DXY, they was. So I was looking at buys, obviously. So you want to get in below the open. Let's see if there was any entries, and then you can see really. When was this? Yeah, so you can see there's literally no opportunities underneath or at the low other than this. This is the only buy. I'm pretty sure this is before the candles formed. So there was literally 1 point to try and buy at a discount. We'll go for the candle before as well. And you can see this candle before literally had nothing, to be fair. But we'll use it for this one. So the candle open was here. Right. Go down. And that means if you're buying, you want to be buying really below this point. You want to be buying below here. Alright. Same way if you want to be selling, you want to be selling above the open. So down this one, boys, it's less of kind of an algorithmic reference point, and it's more just factual. It's more just probability, to be honest with you, boys. It's more just probability. It's just something that's been known over the charts for ages and ages and ages. Certain hedge funds even, or probably not now because it's all bots and stuff, but used to do stuff like that where it's literally you'll buy at this. Say you want the next week to be bullish, you buy it anywhere below the weekly open, and then you close on Friday. That's what a lot of people trade. Like in our world, people trade all technical analysis and stuff like that, but in other worlds, people getting in a nice entry at the below the monthly open, and then they don't give a shit what happens, and they're just going to close when the month finishes. So they're going to close, obviously. Where are we? So they're going to close it there. So whatever happens, they're getting in a discount, and the price can go all the way up there. It could go up only a little bit. It can do whatever, but it's a really, really good thing to get in just below your month open. I do want this to start actually. I mean, to be fair, we missed us by tapping in so small. And how much have we moved up since that? 30 pips, beautiful. But does that make sense to everyone? I've been waiting for Asia lows to get hit. How comes you don't think they'll get hit? Thanks, mate. So sometimes, yeah, why do I not think they'll be hit? Well, I'll tell you why. Mainly because Asia's had its own significant move. So Asia's actually made imbalance. And don't get me wrong, sometimes we do see Asia move to the upside. Like, it will move to the upside a bit, or it'll make like half an hour imbalances or whatever. But if we actually look at the Asia session, we made clear imbalance on all pairs. So we made this clear imbalance here and a clear range. So we've got a low. Got the low, high, clear fair value gaps. We've got clear internal and external. We'll go on EU. We've got the high. Obviously you consider that the low, but we know it's really there. And then you've got your fair value gap, and then DXY. You got your high, low, and you got your fair value gap, right? So Asia's made a fair value gap for pretty much every single pair relating to the dollar, which tells us that was a true genuine move up, or sorry, down should I say. That was a true genuine move down for the dollar, and rather than completely reversing it, we just intend to mitigate that point and continue. If it was only there for one pair, or if the fair value gap was smaller, or I don't know, there's other things that pretty much the long and short of it is Asia we want to accumulate, right? And if it doesn't accumulate, then we're not really overly looking for an Asia liquidity grab, I suppose is how you can put it. But I mean, yeah, it's less about the actual Asia session and more about price action today, is what I'll say. Because normally, as we say, what we're really trading off of is the knowledge that Asia's going to move sideways, London's going to manipulate it, and then New York's going to fly it. But that's not what's happened, right? Asia session's been clearly bullish. So London session, we can only trade what's in front of us, right? So we want to fill that and move higher. Hopefully this doesn't come through without tapping us into anything. I was very tempted to buy straight off this order block, but I didn't in the end. I was so tempted to do it, but I didn't. Only because we had that Asia low. So what I would have done, boys, is I was going to enter this, but then obviously, as much as I've said, I don't think Asia low is going to be tapped. I don't want to be liquidity for the strategy I trade majority of the time, right? So I didn't want to have my stop loss there. So I said, if I'm getting in off that point, then I'm going to need my stop loss below this low. And 38 pips, I'd probably up it to 40 if it's that much. And then I'd have my TP a bit higher, so either there, I mean, to be fair, still at like a 2-to-1, but I mean, we're looking at higher time frame reversals really, so you can even have it at the top like that. Right, so that's how I sort of would have edited my position for it. So it was a bit of an awkward one. We did know that order block was going to be the one, but it was just taking the piss really with having a stop loss on the Asia low when we trade the Asia liquidity grab like this. Do you know what I mean? We don't want to beat ourselves at our own game. Morning, Gabby. How you doing? Yeah, shorts in my eyes were way too risky. We was watching the DXY reversal last night at like 8:30. Yeah. 8:30. Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah. I don't think DXY can continue up though. We haven't really filled anything from here, to be honest. We filled it a little bit, but not overly. It's kind of bullshit because it's hard to actually work out where your imbalance is with DXY with all these gaps, but it's probably this. It probably is that. Oh, bruh. That's definitely interesting. It's unlucky, chat, I'm not going to lie. It is very unlucky, this one. We analysed it perfect, but it's just kind of running a bit without us. It's annoying. But yeah, I mean, it's annoying, but it's not, because we did call it right. Hopefully we can continue this through. We're still not really at the point where you'd be selling anyway, so it's still really all to see. I mean, we've got this massive order block. I know you wouldn't really be entering off an order block this big, but you can do. Like, I was actually looking at it earlier. You really can do. This is obviously if you're short. TP on the Asia low. All you got to do is up it to the body. It's like a 2-to-1. So I mean, if you did really want shorts, there are always points. Remember, like, RR is just part of it. It's not everything. If you wanted it even more, you could do like 50% of it, maybe. But there's definitely points to get in if you are short. I'm not gonna lie, there definitely are. I think Stel sells to Asia low. Maybe Luca, maybe. Dollar has bullish CRT. Yeah, true. This is true. This is true. But what have we mitigated? Nothing. This unmitigated wick. Maybe. I mean, it's not a bad order block, to be fair. Now I actually look at it, it's not a bad order block. Make it a bit lighter so we can assume. And we do have the CRT into it, which is nice. So yeah, I can see reasons why you would be buying. Just me personally is not what I'd be doing. Just drawing this as well. How come you think Asia lows won't get hit first on the GU? Sorry, and not GJ. How come you think Asia lows won't get hit on GU but will on GJ? Mainly depending on the dollar, but we'll go back to GJ. Bear in mind, bro, with the with GJ, the low has actually been taken already. The Asia low has been taken. Yeah, chat, what we're seeing though, is anyone in any trades right now? Is anyone actually in any positions, any trades? You're a rich girl and you're going to find out. Who the fuck was that? I'm just checking the Discord boys, seeing if anyone's actually in on anything. Nice. EM did get in on a sell, quick little sell, fair play, 420 made. But yeah, in my opinion, I think I wouldn't be going for this. In terms of Asia liquidity, that looks like the best, but overall we're bearish in my opinion until it proves us otherwise. It's a nice change, to be fair. It's interesting. Today's really, I'll be honest, one of the only days in the last couple of weeks where I thought, you know what, either could really happen here. Either could really happen. I still think we will come up off this order block personally. Just because of internal, external, man. Like, it never fails you. It never fails you. Well, obviously it does, but we've got the high. and you've got a slow retracement back. I know some people would say, oh, well, the high is actually from here to here, and then it's a quick, massive retracement back. But if you actually really look at the leg is clearly made from here to here. And this is all just part of it moving down. This is all manipulation for it to move down. Back to our point, and then boom. So bear in mind, this, you could be right in saying this is manipulation for shorts, but only shorts down to our order block. That may be the only reason we wanted to short down, was for this order block, so then we can go up. I'll be happy if I get this bias right again. If we end up breaking these highs or making like even more significant progress upwards, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. Just trying to get the bias right every single day. If you get your bias right every single day, you're gonna win trades. Just put it that way. Fucking hell. First thing I see when I go on Quamey's Discord is the M word about 1 million times. Wow, this Alright, shall I just get on to this? I'm feeling a bit like to just get active in this Discord and just be like, you lot can't fucking trade, and just see what they say. I had a GU long waiting, but didn't get my entry. I had my stop loss only to today's low. I felt like it was too risky to get in. Was a 5 to 7. Fair play. I mean, it's a lot of pips as well. So a 5 to 7, you're probably aiming for like 100 pips nearly as well. So you haven't done anything wrong there, to be fair, El Slapper. I know you do place quite a lot of trades anyway, so it's good that you're starting to see it's less risky. 4-hour FVG on EU targeting buy side liquidity. What do you think, bro? Literally exact same as what I'm really looking for, bro. Really exactly what I'm looking for with that 4-hour imbalance there. 2-hour on GU and 4-hour on DXY. Oh no, 2-hour on GU, 2-hour on DXY, 4-hour on EU for that imbalance. It was all at about 1 AM or 12 midnight last night. So that is what we're wanting to see get rebalanced. What about EU? Did it take off without getting tapped in as well? To the downside it would have. To the upside I didn't really have any entries for it. To be fair, I mean, we didn't really complete this. We've only come into it a little bit, so it's a bit too risky for me to get into this. And then in terms of change of character, I suppose we have had a change of character, but for me this isn't something I'd get in on the EU. Price action is just not the best. GU's a lot cleaner in my opinion, just because of this internal external. Plus GU's a lot lower in its actual dealing range than EU, so you got a lot more discounted entry. Where's this fucking giveaway this guy's doing? Where's... literally trying to find this guy's fucking giveaway, but where the fuck is it? Oh, there you go. Sweet. Yeah, it looks like we could potentially be coming down. We do have 15-minute imbalance now, which is nice. So that's actually given us a little bit of something to consider. I'd really want to see us come into that order block though, man. Just makes the trade a lot riskier now, obviously. Again, most probable scenario is we just fill this, move up, fill this, move up, like that. So it's probably unlikely. I mean, if you did really want to get in, you'd enter off this fair value, not off this order block here. So it's up to you, really. I'd rather wait for a premium entry. This is way better for me. Kind of shit, though, because the stop loss is just... We've just got this and this just below our stop loss, which is just bad. We've got the Asia low right there, which is risky as fuck. So yeah, it definitely would have been a lot nicer of a trade to catch straight off the order block, as I said, but it is what it is. And on the lower, I mean, if we got tapped into that 2 minute, it'd be so nice. To be fair, was it a 2 minute? I thought it was a 1 minute, yeah. So that 1 minute, it would have been a lot nicer if we could have got tapped in off that, but look, it is what it is. It is what it is, boys. It is what it is. You looking for longs? It's Davey. Yeah, I am, bro. What are you saying, Davey? Feeling that imbalance now. Let's see how we move. Bro, I'm in a sell from the very top. If it sweeps that low, I'm taking out. Should have probably taken out before this, to be fair. I mean, yeah, I was looking at buys off this order block, just in terms of our internal, external. Continuing. Also, these highs here have been broken on DXY and on EU. Obviously, the lows on DXY, the highs on EU. So, GU is the only one, really, that needs to catch up and break these highs as well. So, I do think this fair value gap will be disrespected eventually, this one here. I do think it will be eventually disrespected. So yeah, I'm more just looking for buyers up to there. I'm looking to close out there, really. I mean, you can close out there, but it's too far away with how big the market ranges have been recently. Even that high from here is like 120 pips. So yeah, 60 pips in itself is a lot. Bear in mind, it's not even below the Asia fucking low. Didn't look on the 15-minute order block in the Asia Rangers peak. Yeah, I always use the 15-minute. 5 minute and 15 minute is my go-to, really, for trading like throughout the day. There's no real pairs that's gonna... Sorry, there's no real time frame that shows you order flow like the 15 and 5 minute. So that's what I would typically sit on. You'll see me a lot of the time sitting on this 15-minute time frame when I'm on live. So just remember, it is a very, very important time frame for the Asia session. Wow, look at this chat. Set me off, I look like a retard. And that's what Chelsea have got. And that is what Chelsea have got. Like, never compare Arsenal and Chelsea ever. Ever. "15-minute gives you that 4-hour narrative." Yeah, that's it. And where we're looking at the sessions, which is 6 hours each, it's perfect for that. As I said, boys, your most probable entry is going to be off that fair value gap, but I don't want to get into a trade at like 1 to 1 RR and try and catch like 40 pips for a 1 RR move. It's just not worth me sitting in there for the whole day and putting my capital at risk for the whole day. I mean, boys, we are out of the kill zone now, so unless anyone's got any other positions they want me to have a look at, I'm going to jump off and get out a YouTube video for you boys. Also got a few things to do, so... Yeah, boys, I'll give you little 2 minutes. 2 minutes to ask any questions about any trades, any other pairs, anything to do with the market, literally anything at all. I'll give you 2 minutes, and I'm going to answer all the questions until 10:15, and at 10:15 I'm going to jump off, boys. So any questions you have, let me know. Let me know.
Ever. We obviously in the greatest night ever. We obviously in the quarterfinal first leg. It just goes to Arsenal. Arsenal in Europe, their record in Europe is nothing short of disgustingly bad. It is. And of course,
so salty.
They've not, but they just won one major European trophy. Yeah. And that wasn't he the big dog? No. They're going to be unbearable if they win.
Jason Cundy, what a cunt.
You know what? Greatest night ever. We obviously...
Oh, fucking hell. What the fuck was that? Bearer, what the fuck was that? I think most people are sweet though by the looks of it. No one's really struggling with anything. Everyone sort of knows what the plan is. We'll go quickly look at gold. As expected for gold, boys. I mean, what can we say? What the fuck can we say? Time after time after time, boys. Time after time, we're getting this shit correct. Look at that. We had this candle. We knew it was going to be the candle to CRT. What was it, 8 hour? Yeah, there it is. So we knew as soon as we took out this candle low for gold, this was our big candle, we were saying on live. As soon as we took out the low and then closed back within the range, as we did here, we're looking to buy up to the range high, which is obviously exactly what has happened so far. We've got a little bit left to go for that. But yeah, pretty much exactly what we wanted for gold, which is nice. Obviously tapping into this weekly imbalance as well, which was our main internal liquidity for our external here. So that's the main move we're looking at. The CRT was completed beautifully. I don't know how you actually would have got in if you do trade gold. I'm assuming you probably, I don't know, you might have got in, fuck knows to be fair. I'm not going to lie how the fuck you would have got in, but you guys trade gold anyway, I don't. So you're thinking about entering off that 15-minute order block on GU. Now we're out of the kill zone, bro, I won't. There's just no point. We've still got 2 days left of the week. We've had 2 really good days. We've had a really nice Monday with sells to Asia low. And we've had a really nice Tuesday with sells to Asia low. So I'm not going to push my luck on Wednesday, outside of the kill zone especially. And I think as I said, we are going to most likely continue off this fair value. There shouldn't really be that much need for us to come down here, which is why it's an optimal entry, but I don't think it will happen. I think we'll just run off here, like I said. But outside of the kill zone, I won't be getting in it personally. Euro USD looking kind of weak, don't you think? It's just indecisive. I mean, I'm so surprised that we don't have any news today till 7. But I do think we'll continue in that direction. I do. Obviously, EU and GU are a bit different, or very different, really. I don't really have much on the high. All I have, let's say, for EU is just the direction. Overall, we're bullish. That's all I have. I don't have an internal order block that's been hit that I wanted it to hit. I don't have much really to go off. It's just a direction. DXY, I've got actually stuff to go off, and the pound as well, especially. As I said, we've got this weekly order block which we've hit, so we're looking to break the high. EU and DXY have already broken this high and low respectively, so GU should just continue that and break it as well. So yeah, man, that's pretty much what I'm looking for, and pretty much why we're looking for longs on the pound over longs on the euro, if that makes sense. But yeah, boys, any questions? If not, I'm gonna jump off. Yeah, sweet. It's a sweet El Slapo. Thanks, man. I really appreciate your time. Have a nice day. No worries, bro. Have a good one as well, calls. Are Mondays and Tuesdays any different to the rest of the week? Yeah, they are. So Tuesdays normally make the high or low of the week, typically. And Mondays typically accumulate. So just the way we have, I mean, it's to do with accumulation, manipulation, distribution. It's really called quarterly theory. So we trade something and we teach something in the Discord called quarterly theory, where I've got a full lecture on this. And it's basically that things are split up into 4 different quarters that each do their own thing. So there's Q1, Q2, 3 and 4. And these quarters move in a sequence, right? So each one has a sequence. So it should go either A, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and then X, this just means continuation of the distribution. X means continuation or reversal of the distribution. So basically means accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution, right? And then X is obviously either just that or that, right? X doesn't really matter, it's just a continuation one. All right, so AMDX or XAMD. So these are the 2 that it can be, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, or accumulation, manipulation, distribution, but with the X coming first. So you should really watch the lecture I've got on it, but if not, then I can try to teach you a little bit. But yeah, each session has its own thing that it'll do. So it's got, for example, on Asia session, so the sessions, right, we've got Asia, London, New York, and the PM, right? So Asia session, what does it do? Accumulates. London session manipulates. New York session distributes. And then the PM session just really continues what New York's already done, right? So what's that? That is A, M, D, X, right? So that's all we're seeing: accumulation, manipulation, distribution, continuation. But what we can do is where quarterly theory is fractal. So whatever you're seeing on this will be, for example, like the 15 or the 4 hour or whatever you're seeing on these quarters will be 6 hours each. So whatever you're seeing on that, you can also see on the higher time frame as well. So I'll show you. This wants to delete itself. So rather than it being Asia, London, New York and PM, it can actually be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So the same way that the sessions work in an AMD manner, so do the days. Obviously, as we know with the sessions like today, it's not every time Asia's going to accumulate and London's going to manipulate. And same with this, it's not every time Monday's going to accumulate, Tuesday manipulates, and Wednesday distributes. That's not always the case, but that is the general sort of theory behind it. That's the general theory of what we want to see. Thank you, enjoy your day. No worries. I've learned SMC from TJR Trades. What strategy have you learned? It's very similar but more detailed. Asia liquidity grab, bro. I tell you what, if anyone wants to know about my strategy a bit more and they're confused, the session is over now. So send me a DM either on Discord. The Discord's in the description. Well, it should be. And so's my Instagram. So send me a message on Instagram, RichesFX, or send me a message on Discord. And I can try to sort it out for you, mate, and get a little video over which sort of explains my strategy. Not in complete and utter detail, but gives you pretty much what I look for. And then you can see if you would then want to proceed to learn a little bit more about the way I trade. But yeah, I appreciate that, everyone. You think that DXY could hit prior? You don't think price gap on DXY could be hit prior to bullish GU? What price gap? I mean, yeah, well, I don't know what price gap you mean. If you mean this one, potentially could. I did say that earlier, which is why it was looking decent for buyers to take the Asia high and fill it. But for me, I'm not getting in anything today. DXY looks for me bullish, but I can see why you'd be bearish. GU for me looks bullish, but I can see why you'd be bearish. So it's 50-50 really. But anyway, boys. Anyway, boys, yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, there you go. Anyway, boys, I'm gonna jump off now. So I appreciate you all tuning in, and I will give you a shout for the New York session. We'll be live for the New York session. But boys, appreciate likes, comments, shares, subscribes. Any questions that I haven't answered that you've still got, as I said, message me on Discord. My name is Louis on there. Message me on Discord or message me on Instagram. I'm also affiliated with ACG, so if you want any funded accounts with Alpha Capital Group, use my code RICHES and send me a message and I'll get you a little reward for using my code. Big up everyone for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next live, boys. Have a good one. Appreciate it, and sweet.